was changed by a few keystrokes on a cockpit computer. It's not clear if that happened before or after takeoff. Investigators are looking to see if any of the passengers on board had flight training. A 29-year-old aviation engineer who was a passenger and the two pilots are under heavy scrutiny. Crews from 26 countries are searching a very broad area. It covers 11 countries and vast areas of the Indian Ocean. So still with very little to go on when it comes to locating the missing plane, Suzanne Malveaux has a look at the airplane's last moments of contact before disappearing.
Saturday, March 8th at 12:41 a.m. local time, Malaysia Flight 370 takes off from Kuala Lumpur headed to Beijing, China. The Boeing 777 is carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew on board. 26 minutes into the flight, at 1:07 a.m., one of the plane's critical communications sends its final transmission. The onboard computer is called the Aircraft Communications Addressing and Reporting System, or ACARS. It measures thousands of data points about the plane and pilot's performance and sends the information via satellite. It is due to transmit again at 1:37 a.m., but never does. 1:19 a.m., someone inside the cockpit, believed to be the co-pilot, provides the last verbal communication with air traffic controllers. His last words, "All right, good night." It's a common goodbye to controllers after being handed off. At 1:21 a.m., the transponder, which identifies the plane to civilian radar, goes off. Critical information like the plane's flight number, height, speed, and heading are all cut off. This happens at the same time the plane is supposed to check in with air traffic control in Vietnam. 1:30 a.m., authorities say all civilian radars lose contact with the plane altogether. Then it appears to go through erratic altitude changes, perhaps as high as 45,000 feet above the approved altitude. 2:15 a.m., Malaysian military radar last detects the plane off Malaysia's west coast, hundreds of miles off course. But it went unnoticed by radar operators until the following day. 6:30 a.m., Flight 370 is due to land in Beijing. A commercial satellite orbiting more than 22,000 miles above Earth makes electronic connections with the plane known as handshakes. At 8:11 a.m., more than 7 hours after takeoff, the last connection. Using the angle of the satellite, investigators are able to draw two big arcs where they believe the plane could travel. One of those paths spans from Indonesia to the Indian Ocean. The second stretches across Central Asia to northern Thailand. This brings us to the current massive search underway, by land and by sea, involving 26 countries, looking for the missing flight. Suzanne Malveaux, CNN, Washington.